Good day, my name is Wale Agbola. I want to welcome you to Achieve Success. Today's episode of Achieve Success, I'm going to be teaching you how to build capacity. How to build capacity. Many things that hurt us instruct us, and many things that we fear or we dread, and some of the things that build capacity in us for achievement. What is capacity? Capacity is the ability to receive or contain. Is the ability to receive or contain. Capacity is the maximum amount or number that can be received or contained per time. The maximum amount or number that can be received or contained per time. What is capacity? Capacity is the power of receiving impression, the power of receiving impressions and knowledge. Your mental ability or mental capability is capacity. Another definition of capacity is the actual potential or ability to perform, yield, or withstand. I'll take that again. Capacity is the actual or potential ability to perform, yield, or withstand. So capacity is also an ability to withstand, building resistance against situation that is unfavorable. Also, capacity can be defined as a quality or state of being susceptible to a given treatment or action, and it can also be positional. It can function in the capacity. Now, many things that we think are problems that we don't want, that we run away from, and actually those are the things that build capacity in us. Building capacity for achievement, for fulfillment in life depends on this thing, and I'm going to be running through them. Number one, pain. When you go through pain, it builds capacity for comfort. Everyone in life have one pain or the other, but you should prepare yourself. Anytime you are going through pain, don't be afraid, don't feel bad. The pain is actually building capacity for comfort in you. When you go through pain, you appreciate what it means to be comfortable or comfort. The second thing is depression. Depression builds capacity for hope. When you are, I was talking to someone recently. I said, I'm depressed. I said, yes, depression is part of the journey of life. So one way or the other, we pass through depression. Even Jesus Christ passed through depression at the point in time. So when we pass through depression, depression builds capacity for hope. Number three, failure. Failure builds capacity for success. If you have never failed, you will not appreciate, you will know the value of success. So failure builds capacity for success in us. When you fail once and you know what it means to fail, you know you don't want to fail again, then you begin to correct or address whatever make you fail. So anytime you fail, don't see that you have come to the end of life. No, it has just come to build capacity for success in you. Another one is disappointment. When we are disappointed, when people disappoint us, when situations disappoint us, we feel bad. But I've come to tell you this morning that disappointment have come to build capacity for achievement in you. When you are disappointed, you have strength to achieve. No, I won't be disappointed again. No, okay, this person disappointed me. I will prove that I can do it. So when you are disappointed, disappointment sometimes builds capacity for achievement in us. The next one is difficulty or hardship. Things are hard. You're passing through difficulties, in financial hardship in one area or the other. Now, that hardship or that difficulty have come to build capacity for grace in you. Grace. When things are difficult and you don't know how to do and you can't do it, it's beyond your power. The grace of God will be released upon you. That is the point, that God's grace will be released upon you, because that's your limit. You have got to the point that, and he said, is there anything too difficult for me to do? So when you are passing through difficult times or difficult situations, begin to look out for grace, because it's building capacity for grace inside of you. The next one is betrayal. Betrayal. How does betrayal build capacity in us? When I'm betrayed, when this person just come, when somebody just come and betray me, how does it? Betrayal have come to build capacity for loyalty in you. Listen, no, anyone that has never been betrayed before will never know the definition of loyalty. Betrayal is what builds the capacity for loyalty in you. Maybe some of the time, not most of the time, we deserve what we pass through. we deserve what we receive. You know, you might not be, you don't have capacity for loyalty in one way or the other. But when you experience the betrayal, you discover when you say somebody is mature, what makes you mature is more than success. It's part of the pains and the experience you have been through. It's part of your depression, your failures, your disappointment, your difficulty, and your betrayals is what makes you mature. That's what it's called mature. You have experienced in this area. So betrayal builds capacity for loyalty in you. I'll be back after this break.
Achieve success with Wale Agboola. Watch the episodes on personal success, relationship success, career success and enterprise profit, leadership success on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook and YouTube as he addresses critical issues affecting every aspect of human, social and spiritual development.
Welcome back. My name is Wale Agboola, your success coach. Before I went on break, I was teaching you on how to build capacity in you, and I gave you some points on building capacity. You can build capacity for comfort through faith, through pain, build capacity for hope through depression, build capacity for failure, for success through failure. Then you build capacity for achievement through disappointments. You build capacity for grace through difficulties and hardship. And also finally, you build capacity for loyalty through betrayal. I'd like to continue now. The next one is rebellion. Rebellion. When you experience rebellion through rebellious people, when you endure rebellious people or you come across them in your life, you build capacity for support. It builds capacity for support. Rebellion builds capacity for support in you. Don't forget, I'm not saying that you should be rebellious, but one way or the other, you come around rebellious people in your life and in your environment. But the effect of their rebellion is building capacity for support in you. The next one is denial. Denial. Delay is not denial, they say. Denial is not good. When you have ever experienced denial, you know the pain to be denied. You have gone to the embassy before for visa and you are denied. Sorry. You feel bad. Some even will be sick immediately because of the trauma that comes immediately after denial. When you are denied, you feel bad. But I have this good news for you. Denial builds capacity for approval in you. It gives you strength and hope and faith for approval. When you have been denied or when you are denied and you are not given up, it makes you believe in yourself the more, your ability and the strength of what you have to offer. It makes the denial a temporary experience, not a permanent situation in your life. All these I have mentioned, I want you to understand that they are temporary situations. They are not permanent. They are just a little experience. And their assignment in your life is they have come to build capacity in you. Whatever you pass through in life is either a blessing or a lesson. So if you are not happy about what you are passing through or what you experience, that means there's a lesson from it. And the lesson is part of what it builds capacity. And also denial builds capacity for approval. The next one is separation. When people leave you, when they separate from you, or they decide to go their own way, don't think that you are bad. Don't think that why are people leaving me. Listen, separation brings connection. When you separate from some people or some people separate from you, it builds capacity for connection to connect with other people because you won't want to remain on the same spot. So separation brings capacity for connection. The next one is grief. Grief. Everyone grieve. But listen, I was talking to a psychiatrist some time ago, and he said everyone must grieve, must express their grief. Anyone that does not express his or her grief is not normal. When you are grieved, express it. I was working in a particular state sometimes ago, many years ago, and there's a particular hospital in that state, in that town, that has is not far from the express. So most of accident victims, they come to that place. So because by the virtue of my work, I have to be going to the hospital to do one or two things. One day I was asking one of the doctors, I was at emergency accident and emergency ward, and I asked one of the doctors, why is this one is shouting, hey, my life, I'm dying, please help me, and you're not attending to her. And the doctor, please attend to this person. The doctor said, no, come, let me show you. And the doctor took me to another place, and I saw another patient doing just a groaning. He said, see, this one that is groaning is the one that needs attention. The one that is shouting, hey, please help me, I'm dying. He said that person still has strength. The person is not dying because he's still expressing his pain. But the one that is growing, this one that is groaning, is actually in pain and needs attention. If you express your grief, you discover that you are light and you are free. When you are supposed to cry, let tears come out. That's expressing your grief. Don't bottle it up. Don't say you are trying to be strong. No, when you don't express your grief, you discover that in later time it builds. You have issues. You have problems. So grief brings capacity for joy inside of us. So when you are grieved, you know that joy is around the corner. It builds capacity for joy. The last one is restriction. Restriction builds capacity for exposure. The restriction builds capacity for exposure. Maybe you are watching me when you are growing up. Your parents don't allow you to go out. You don't allow you to mix. You are a lady. You from your parents' house. You went to girls' only school, and they are always coming to see you every fortnight. You don't have any breathing space at all. You discover there's a yearning, there's a craving on this side of you for exposure. And most times, most of those ladies in life, they have what is called fixation. They have one challenge or the other in life because they are actually restricted. Restriction creates capacity for exposure in you. It creates a yearning, a desire for exposure. And you know what? Your exposure capacity determines your level, the strength of your achievement in life. A great man said, if you want to advance in life, go to advanced countries. What is advanced? How does advanced country have to do with what does advanced country have to do with my advancement? Do you know what? Your exposure, the exposure in advanced countries will help your advancement. So exposure builds capacity, restriction builds capacity for exposure. Having said all these things are what we dread in life and we fear in life. All these things are what we don't want in our way. But you know what? They are part of what makes you a success. They are part of what makes you achieve in life. You just have to pass through it. Knowing how to turn them, the negative to positive, or how to turn what you don't like to learn what you have to learn from it, is what makes you what you are going to be in life. You can't succeed, you can't achieve, you can't move forward without turning what you think is negative to the positive. And capacity, like I said earlier, is the ability to receive. Capacity is the maximum amount of number you can receive or contain per time. It's the power of receiving impressions or knowledge. So you've got to build capacity in you. Listen, as you are watching me right now, maybe you are checking your life, you are passing through one thing or the other. Those things have what to do in your life. They have come to build capacity in you. And that is what your success will hang on. It's a foundation for success in your life. Till I come your way the next time, I remain your success coach. Bye for now.